Welcome into Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. I'm Meghan Payton. Guys, I don't want to be too positive or unrealistic with you. This was a rough loss for Seattle. Obviously, a divisional game, always hard to see. But we are not saying that we're not giving up on the Seahawks, but we are saying that let's be in this together. If you are upset, just like we are here at Chat Sports, subscribe today because I promise we will keep it realistic. We'll keep it Seahawks. We'll talk about what went wrong in today's game. So we are talking Seahawks versus Cardinals. Like I said, essentially what went wrong in this game. Cardinals beat the Seahawks 23-13. Kyler Murray not playing in this game, yet this is the final score. Obviously, a very important divisional game ends up with the Seahawks falling to 3-7. This is where it gets pretty tough. I heard the broadcasters say today there's only been, I believe, one team think in the 90s that has made it to the playoffs after seven losses in the first 10 games. So there is a lot to be concerned about. I do think the Seahawks are going to need to really change a lot if they want to stay competitive in this season. I think if there is a team that can do it, it can be Seattle, but we've got to see more out of Russell Wilson. We've got to see more out of a lot of people. These are all the things we are going to get into in today's show. But right now, I just want to ask you guys, how are we feeling after today's loss? What is your one-word reaction to this game? Go to the comments, let it out. This is our pinned comment. So if you get the ad break, go on down and vent it out. I'm going to just be honest here and say that it is upsetting because I really honestly thought that Seahawks were going to come in strong. I thought Russell Wilson was going to look way better in this game after getting completely shut out last week against the Packers. Unfortunately, yes, we did see some improvement by Russell Wilson, but it definitely wasn't the Russ we all know and love. He was 14 out of 26 attempts, 207 yards, still no touchdowns, no interceptions. So I guess that is a positive. But again, he just wasn't connecting with the receivers. There was a lot of bad throws, just missed opportunities. And we'll get more into where this offense struggled. But I am going to tell you guys about a great deal you do not want to miss out on. That is from our friends over at BetUS, the sports book we love here. And guys, bet your sorrows away. I don't know if that's a thing, but we can make it a thing because BetUS is doing a great deal right now where if you go to chatsports.com/bet, use promo code Seahawks125, you're going to get 125% deposit bonus. Now, I'm not saying don't bet wisely, bet very wisely here, but if you put up $100, it'll turn into $225. You can bet on any team you like. You might not feel good about the Seahawks right now. Go bet on someone else. Go bet on another sport if you'd like. But if you are new to BetUS, we are still probably last week. I'm just saying this is probably the last week we are going to do this. But if you are new to BetUS and you show us that you did this, you signed up, used the promo code, got the deposit, then you make your first bet. Your bet can be anything you'd like. Once you do this, email us jersey@chatsports.com and we will send you guys a free Seahawks jersey. We've got DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson, and Jamal Adams. As always, though, they are running out. So make sure you get this deal in. Promo code Seahawks125. Now, one guy I do want to point out, and we're not going to stay a lot on positive things, but I do think DJ Dallas, good to see him in the game. Obviously, with the Seahawks touchdown, 4 carries, 25 yards. DJ Dallas is going to be taking on a bigger role now that we know that Chris Carson is out for the remainder of the season with that lingering neck injury. We haven't gotten to talk to you guys about that since that news broke, and it's obviously upsetting for Seattle. I do like what we're seeing from Alex Collins, though, and I do think DJ Dallas is a good addition for the Seattle offense, and he had, a big part today, and I think that his role is only going to get bigger now that Carson is out. DK Metcalf, we really didn't see much of at all today with only 4 receptions for 31 yards. Now, this is where I talk about Russell Wilson was really struggling connecting with the receivers. Tyler Lockett, though, he did And I mean, there were actually a couple really good throws by Russ where we all, I think, Seattle fans were looking, going, that's the Russ that we know and we love and we miss, but we only saw it a couple times. Tyler Lockett, obviously, as dominant as always, with some very impressive catches there. 4 receptions, 115 yards. Very good game for him. And obviously, if Russ was a little bit more on, I think we would have seen a lot more of him and a lot more of DK Metcalf. The Seahawks relied on the run game a bit, and this is where Alex Collins came in to factor in 10 carries for 36 yards. And again, I like Alex Collins a lot, and I think that between him and DJ Dallas, Rashad Penny did get some action today. He got hurt, ended up coming back, so we're not going to touch on that because I know that a lot of you will probably say that is not surprising. But with Chris Carson being out, the Seahawks are going to rely on Collins, DJ Dallas, Rashad Penny. Now, ultimately, there's a lot that went wrong in this game. The defense did not look great. We're talking about them next. Obviously, the offense not clicking with Russell Wilson still looking really rusty, if you want to call it. I don't know if it is the finger or him just missing a bunch of time. Some of the play calling was questionable. There was a lot that went wrong in this Cardinals game. So I want you to just pick one person you are going to blame. Go to the comments right now. It can be a coach. It can be a player. I don't care who it is, but go let us know who you are blaming for this loss. Now, unfortunately, this loss didn't come without any injuries because the cornerback situation is up in the air. We knew that DJ Reed was inactive for this game, and then we were relying on rookie Tre Brown, who has been getting a lot of starting reps recently. He left early on in the game with a knee injury, did not return, and Pete Carroll said that he did confirm that it was a knee injury. He did not answer the question on whether or not it would be season ending. It does sound pretty serious, though. This is obviously unfortunate for Tre Brown, who I really felt like was doing well with this defense. He obviously missed some time being on IR earlier this season. I was so excited to see him back. Unfortunately, this might be the end of Tre Brown's 2021 season. We will keep you updated on that. Sidney Jones was playing today, though, in replacement of DJ Reed, like we said. So we had Sidney Jones and Bless Austin, who we have talked about, but we have not gotten to see it all. So this cornerback room today looked a little bit different with the two guys that have been starting for Seattle out, with DJ Reed, Tre Brown out. We got to see Sidney Jones and Bless Austin. Now, Sidney Jones, who I'm not saying I like better than Tre Brown, but I mean, that interception, that should have been an interception. Let's just start there. He looked great. Sidney Jones had, I think, 11 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. He had that interception until they took it away. He ran like 32 yards after that. So I really think Sidney Jones played well today. You know, I do think Jamal Adams had a pretty good game, but ultimately there's just not much to feel encouraged about. And that's just the reality. Like I said, here at Seahawks Today, we are here to keep it real with you guys. And this is not ideal for Seattle, falling to 3-7. Now, they are still technically in the hunt. I'm not going to say they're out of it. Minnesota winning today did not help them. Saints did lose today. So the Seahawks could absolutely still claim a wild card spot. We'll see how, these next couple weeks go. But you ultimately don't want that. I think the Seahawks need a big momentum shift right now because 23-13, the Cardinals, yes, a great team, but Colt McCoy was in at quarterback. You do not want to see that. And they had a sloppy game as well, but the Seahawks played worse. And that's just the reality of it. But we are just right now giving you guys our instant reactions. We're going to have more videos this week, overreactions, kind of news, rumors, what people are saying. But make sure you go in, get your comments in. Let us know how you are feeling here, what you want us to talk about this week. We promise to keep it real here at Seahawks Today. And if you are not, go ahead and subscribe today. Go to youtube.com/SeahawksTV or press that big red button.